Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we go into this every single week. It's one of my favorite videos we're gonna go and dive on into. We're gonna give you guys a little bit more on the extra ramble and talk into all the really big retailers, the GameStops, Targets, Best Buys, and all of that. The mid-tier retailers too as well that actually do, I believe have some confirmed stuff on the way throughout this week, hence the title itself, and also a lot of very likely drops because as of last week, we had a very quiet week. And on top of that too, also go cover up a lot of walk-ins too as well that are floating around, all just for pretty much everything. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, and as well, if you guys are brand new, we're extremely close, if not at the 50,000 subscriber mark. So if you guys just wanted to go and just be nice and pop a subscription on it, and also be entered in to win a PlayStation 5, which if you guys want to join the giveaway, so I just have to go do. We have a link down below in the description for a few bonus giveaway entries if you guys would like. And as well, we also will be actually announcing probably another PlayStation 5 giveaway in the near future once this one is done. We also do always have the Amazon links down below for potential Amazon warehouse consoles and all of that. Always link down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, as well as also the SSDs we usually recommend to as well. We also have the Twitter and Twitch stream down below. Twitter, we usually try our best if we do see drops to go tweet out for you guys and let you guys know. Twitch stream, I just hang out and play video games and chill. Guess who's gonna go hang out and say hi there. And Weeble, sign up for Weeble, deposit $100, the link down below. You guys go get a bunch of free stock. I just usually tell just people to sign up for it and then just withdraw the money. You guys go get for free stocks. Make this literally free Christmas presents, or if you just want to get into stocks or crypto, you guys can do it. And also for Coinbase down below, buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, whatever, you guys go get free Bitcoin. There's always linked down below. Leave a like on the video itself, and I hope you guys are all ready, because I do think this week should be a pretty good week, and we're also slowly getting into the holiday season too as well. So now is definitely the time to go and hustle and try to get your consoles. So we're going to go cover the PlayStation 5s, Xbox Series X's, and Switch OLEDs a little bit mixed on in. So let's go and actually go and talk about it. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of likely drops. I'm going to say my title will be confirmed because there is a few of the mid-tier drops that seem like they are confirmed for this week. But when it comes to all the big boys, none of them are major confirmed. We'll be watching throughout today. But when it comes to the likelihood, there are so many big retailers that they are extremely likely to drop this week. So it's just going to be, I think it's going to be a very good week for all of us. If not this week, next week will be phenomenal. We'll kind of go and see. We'll take it day by day because as you guys know, we make a lot of videos all the time. So let's go first of all, talk about the good old Target. So Target's actually looking a lot more on the likely side from a few various reasons on both the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and maybe also Switch OLED. PlayStation 5s, we did go and see stock arrivals. We saw like actual employee confirmations, and maybe we'll see more information throughout these next few days to see and/or confirm if we'll be restocking this week. But PlayStation's actually had arrivals in my contacts from New York. We had 7 stock arrivals there. We also had our nice Vegas contacts with a nice 3-in-3 batch, both for the PlayStation and Xbox Series X. So usually don't see, we sometimes see like a nice mid-tier upgrade where we have like a few little small batches of stock arriving, and then usually throughout the rest of that week or the next week, we'll see a lot more stock popping on off. It kind of stinks because a lot of these big retailers don't usually give us too much of a pre-warning besides maybe GameStop. So we just always have to kind of like take it by ear and see what employees kind of say from their leaks and information. But we do have confirmation that PlayStations have arrived. We do have confirmation that Xboxes have arrived, and hopefully we'll have some more throughout these next few days on, ideally, more stock arrivals. Some stores we reached out to throughout this weekend have not received stock yet. So that does kind of tone down the likelihood of a drop throughout this week, just a little tiny bit. But the fact that stock is arriving and multiple stores have confirmed it, and other restock companies have as well have also confirmed it, bumps up the likelihood of a lot of drops going on. So the date for us to be on the lookout for: Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, usually in the morning. We'll probably have some more videos on the channel for more updated information. We have been seeing Target more so focus on Fridays though, as of recently. PlayStations look a lot more likely. We've also had a very quiet last like 2 weeks for PlayStation, so it also bumps up the likelihood a lot. Xboxes though, we've been seeing small batches, like on like the 3 to 5 side instead of like the double-digit side for PlayStation. So at any point throughout this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we can maybe see a drop, but the stock numbers aren't looking insanely high in comparison to the PlayStation 5. The PlayStation 5 itself, as I mentioned, probably looks a lot more likely throughout this week. Probability for this week, I'll probably put like a nice like 75-80% chance. We'll have to see how more information throughout this week goes on from employees, but I think we'll probably definitely be being a very close, watchful eye on it, and we'll give you guys more updates and more videos throughout the next few days. So hope you guys will enjoy all of that. Next big boy that hopefully by even today we'll have more information on is on GameStop. So GameStop as of last week, no PlayStation 5 restocks that happened at all. So when it comes to that, we had an Xbox Series X restock as of Thursday last week, which is very nice to go and see. Like, I actually am happy we're seeing a lot more Xboxes in the wild, especially because they're a little bit more sought after too, because they don't make as many. But when it comes to that stuff, probably the likelihood of an Xbox Series X restock this week a lot lower for GameStop, but we have also had a little bit of a window of basically waiting for the PlayStation 5 bundles to go and get restocked from GameStop. So we usually kind of sometimes see the Tuesday date and Thursday date. Those are the two dates we've kind of been on the lookout for when it comes to all of this stuff. So if you guys do want to be on the lookout just for anything in general over here, be on the lookout for Tuesday. So aka today, we'll see if we got any emails or tweets or messages for the pro members. And then we can see if there's gonna be a drop on Tuesday at usually around the 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. range. Usually it's been 10 a.m. Central Time, or as well throughout the rest of the week. Now, we did also have a GameStop walk-in event that kind of soaked up a lot of stock as well. So there's always that small chance they want to maybe skip one more week, but we've kind of been seeing GameStop being very active, and we've usually been seeing a 2-week cycle for GameStop restocks. So the likelihood of a GameStop online bundle restock throughout this week, also extremely high as well, probably like a nice 70% chance. So extremely likely. I think Target's going to be our big focus this week. As well, Switch OLEDs. We actually did go and see a few Switch OLEDs both for Target and GameStop already, same with all the other big places too. I would say the likelihood of a few restock waves, either in-store or in person, is pretty high, I would say. Usually we kind of see like a few more additional restocks throughout the 2 or 3 week cycle when it first comes on out. But the one nice thing when it comes to the Switch OLED is it seems like the scalping price isn't really high, so it kind of seems like we're not going to have too many scalpers kind of competing with it in the first place. But Target, GameStop, and Best Buy all had a little bit of walk-ins that were going on throughout the weekend. We haven't seen as many reports throughout today and throughout probably this week for it. We may see a few more stock arrivals coming on throughout the next 2 weeks. I'm sure they might try to go and also anticipate the similar 2 to 3 week restock cycle, although Nintendo may have stockpiled more stock because they've kind of chance to go and see how the PlayStation, Xbox have been doing. So with that in mind, we'll try our best to give you guys more information throughout the week. But we saw a lot of the big retailers ready to go and restock and have walk-ins for the Switch OLEDs. But we also have a few other places that I think are confirmed we'll cover in a second. So basically for that, GameStop looking pretty good, Target looking pretty good. Next big boy is going to be on the Walmart restock. Again, for the PlayStation 5s, we have a lot of places that are looking, like I said, very, very likely. I'd probably get a nice 70-75% chance again throughout all this for Walmart. We once again as well saw them do an only Xbox Series X restock last week. We did not go and see any PlayStations at all, which is kind of a rarity and oddity when it comes to all these restocks. So Walmart, usually we've been seeing Wednesdays or Thursdays on their restock dates. Usually they've been doing now double restocks, one earlier in the day, one later. The likelihood I think bumps up a lot because we saw Sam's Club that did a PlayStation 5 restock last week. They did their bundles, and Sam's Club is a subsidiary of Walmart, so they kind of got that out of the way. So that also means they can build up more stock for Walmart. They've had that Xbox is restocked too as well. Bumps up the likelihood because they had a break from last week and they had a chance to build up stock. And it's actually been a decent amount of time since Walmart's restocked. Although there are, this is why it's not a higher percentage, like a 70% chance. There are still some orders that are overdue. And as well, there's also some people that are even having to deal with canceled orders. And if they keep on getting the emails to go and potentially get and receive stock from canceled Walmart orders, and they basically have a chance to rebuy it through their individual restricted links. So I think it's very, very likely to as well for probably this Wednesday or Thursday for Walmart too, mainly in the fact that the consoles are already being sold out. So like I said, for Sam's Club, the fact that they have the restricted links, as we mentioned, which means there's physically extra stock there, which they're able to send on out. And a lot of people are getting their overdue consoles. And Walmart sometimes likes to go and somewhat future sell their consoles a little bit too as well. So I think that also doesn't really help the cause too in terms of day-to-day stock. That's why I think it'll be likely they'll start probably doing another restock wave this week. But once again, if for some reason any of these places don't go and restock this week at all, next week will be a huge, huge week because it's been overdue for a lot of locations. As well, as I mentioned for the emails too, we talked about that earlier on today. When it comes to the emails themselves, go and check your emails if you had a canceled order from Walmart before. Live chat and individual emails have been kind of still making their way around. We saw it a few days ago too as well. Or if your order got canceled from weird PayPal issues or other things too as well, it does kind of go and show that they're letting have restricted invite links one more time, as we kind of mentioned. So check your emails if you guys have had issues with Walmart before. It's very nice to go and see them kind of helping the boys on out. As well, for other places we're overdue on too. Best Buy. So Best Buy itself, we did go and see them once again. Like last week was a really big Xbox focus. We kind of called that as of last week too. But Best Buy had one Xbox Series X restock last week. There was no PlayStation 5s. And the week beforehand, we had a double whammy. They did PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X restocks that same week. So that kind of means that they had a week off of PlayStations, and as well, probably had a chance to go build up a little bit of stock. We're not really sure exactly what happened with Sony, because like I said, we basically saw no restocks last week for the PS5, only Xboxes, but we've kind of been seeing like every 2 to 3 weeks really big restock windows, and this would be week 2 or 3, depending on the retailer. So Best Buy, likelihood, once again, I'm going to probably say pretty high, maybe like a 65. Like the other places like Target and GameStop are way higher, to the point where like I'd almost assume they'd be happening throughout this week. When it comes to Best Buy, it is a little bit of a wild card as of recently. The PS5s are overdue. The stock has been there, but they did also have a really big walk-in event. But it's kind of weird because we also had 3 restocks of the Xboxes and only 1, or actually only 2 for the PS5. So I'd probably say the PS5 likelihood for Best Buy, very high, in my opinion, very high. We could all put all that type of stuff at any point from 10 a.m. to around 5 p.m., and we keep on usually seeing around more of the noon to 1 p.m. time zone, give or take. So I'd say Best Buy looking extremely likely throughout this week, as well as same with all the other big boy retailers we mentioned. And as well, same when it comes to Walmart, I said around like 10 a.m. to around like 9 p.m., depends on your time zone. Target's usually more earlier in the day, around like the 6:30 a.m., depending on your time zone too again. And like I said, for GameStop, it's usually around 10 a.m. Central Time. So just all you guys are forewarned. As well for Amazon. Amazon's on the middle range right now for the PS5 disc and digitals. We did see them both do double restocks around like 3 weeks ago or so. Usually Amazon will wait a little bit longer between like their next restock waves, at least in my honest opinion on it. But we also did go and see, and we made a video on this last night if you guys want to check it out. Amazon actually did a really big change up for scalpers, where they're now removing all the scalping listings, and the only official website listings are on for Amazon themselves and through PlayStation sellers, like so official PlayStation sources. So some people are actually maybe alluding that will be also anticipating the next drop, because they're kind of basically doing like cleaning up house, making sure there's like no scalpers and botters trying to resell, all that type of stuff. And I do think this is actually making everything a little bit nicer for all of us trying to get our consoles. But when it comes to the PS5, we usually kind of see them last a little bit longer, like 5 to 6 weeks or so. It's like the usual rough range we'll expect. Hasn't really been that long, but we could still, I guess, maybe expect it. I would still go and say, though, the Xbox Series X, as you guys heard throughout this entire video, was a really big restock number, where we basically saw a lot of Xbox last week. Besides Target and besides Amazon, every other big retailer had big Xbox stock. So that's why I keep on anticipating the Xbox will be big throughout this week for Target and as well for Amazon. Mainly because if the other big retailers have gotten a big stock, enough to do a restock, why can't Amazon, who's also one of the biggest ones out of all of them? So expect the Xbox Series X Normal Edition, as well as Xbox Series X Halo Infinite Edition, although the Halo Infinite Edition for both Best Buy and Amazon are still up in the air, but it is overdue in terms of stock. We saw Walmart do a few restock waves of it, so once again, why would Walmart get it and Amazon wouldn't? So I'd probably once again for that stuff. I think PS5s for the other ones we mentioned, Xboxes for those, and that kind of seems like the big boy retailer restock wave for this week. All look extremely likely, nothing confirmed, but if it does get confirmed, we'll let you guys know on the channel as a separate video and kind of talk about like what to expect for the drops and all of that. As well, PlayStation Directs. We did not go and see a PlayStation Direct as of last week, so the likelihood as well for some PlayStation Directs this week bumps up an extremely high amount. I'd almost be surprised if we don't see one. We've been seeing them focus on the Tuesday and Thursday dates and Friday dates for PlayStation Directs. So, once again, if we actually see any more confirmed stuff throughout this week, we'll 100% let you guys know, because we do want to go and have, number one, proper good confirmed drops. We see a lot of stuff on Monday for either GameStop or PS Directs, but we usually don't see too much of the YOLOs. There is on occasion, There is on occasion sometimes where we have seen GameStop and also PS Directs drop randomly, but it's usually like a 1 in 10 chance. So we'll let you guys know. I always tweet out and put a community post if we do see the PlayStation Directs. So make sure you guys go and click on that and check that stuff on out. Like I said, very likely for it. We ever saw one throughout the past few days. All they, I think, have at this point mostly shipped out the stock of what they have actually from previous drops. So now let's get to the mid-tier stuff. So this is kind of like more like some of the confirmed stuff is, or things I'm highly expecting to be happening. So Anton Line, very big focus throughout this week. we have seen tweets, we've seen messages, we've seen comments that they are overdue both for the Switch OLED, probably bundles, because Anton Line does bundles, and Halo Infinite Xbox Series X's. So both of those are overdue, and they both have confirmed from Anton Line official sources that they will be coming soon. The one issue, well, like if I put confirmed, it's not fully confirmed, but it's very, very likely, is on the fact that Switch OLEDs, it's launch week. Nintendo probably wants to send out stock. They usually do the bundles. They get extra sales. It would not surprise me if we saw Anton Line do a normal Switch OLED bundle, and as well the Xbox Series X Halo Infinite Editions, more in the middle. We just know they've been confirming it for a few weeks now. So that's kind of like our big confirmed drop going on. As well, they always have a chance for the PS5s. They always do at least once per week. Last week, which was GPUs and Xbox Series X's. So next big boy is going to be on the Sam's Club Xbox bundles. We saw them do the PS5s not too long ago. Xbox Series X's are extremely overdue. And if we saw Walmart also have enough stock to go and do an individual Xbox restock, I'm sure they also might have a few little extra batches for the Sam's Club Xbox Series X bundles. So be on the lookout for that. That's usually more of a nighttime restock. Costco, we still are anticipating went more so towards in-person stuff, but I always want to remind you guys, just in case they do drop any online bundles, because it's been like 3 months since the last time they have, but they usually do drop those bundles in the early mornings. We're still trying to go and see if that does turn more into the like walk-in store locations. We have been watching that a lot. We can kind of go and see, but that's anytime from like 9 a.m. to around 12 p.m. Overdue. We have been seeing Canada still do their bundles, but we haven't seen much for us in America. Now as well for Newegg. Newegg itself always does do their day-to-day shuffles. I always remind you guys that in the daily videos. Check out the PS5s, check out the Xboxes. Sometimes they work them on in with their bundles, also with like GPUs, monitors, CPUs, and stuff like that. As well, we also do have the GameFly. GameFly has not done an online restock for either the PS5 or Xbox Series X bundles in a very long time. I would definitely be anticipating them doing a restock or teasing up some restocks as well throughout this next week or so. Probably usually around the Tuesday through Thursday dates, or what we usually expect when it comes to their bundles. You have to also be a member for it, but overall it's not too bad. As well, when it comes to other various online retail places, military websites have been slowly receiving more wet stock, and as well, also for walk-in stocks too on top of that. So let me go talk about some of the walk-ins now. So military has been seeing a lot of PlayStation 5s and Xbox Series X's that have kind of been slowly waddling into their stores themselves. Very nice to go and see. As well, they also have a chance for raffles. We've been seeing a lot of raffles in supply depots and exchanges and my naval exchanges. Depends on the area, depends on your location. And as always, when it comes to walk-in stuff, be nice to the employees. It depends on the store. It's not always confirmed, but we do see a lot of rumors nowadays for stock arrivals. As well, Myers. Myers themselves, the Midwest chain, we saw a little bit on the northern side and southern side. Kentucky, Michigan, and Wisconsin all apparently had some stock throughout this weekend, / even maybe as early as today. If you guys want to go and check at your local stores, you guys totally can if you guys would like. But as well, we saw very small amounts of Xboxes in stores, mainly focused on the PS5s. We did not see too much in the other stores, and also our Indiana contact did not see too much stock available in general for their local store. Fred Meyer's and Kroger's on the West Coast. We've been seeing them usually get in stock on Tuesday, Thursdays, usually Tuesday, Thursday, Fridays, or our usual go-tos, and sometimes it leads into the weekends. We've been seeing small batches for most of their stores and electronic stores from like 1 to 3 stock, depending on your stores. So maybe try to become buddies with your local like area and see if you guys can go and get your stock, get your consoles. We've also been kind of seeing some bundles floating around in individuals. We also saw recently more on the PS5 Digital Editions rather than the disc editions. As well, for other places, BJ's. We saw one individual store kind of go get some stock for Xboxes up on the North Carolina, PS5 bundles and Xbox bundles in other areas, not so much. AGB, we've seen no more reports down for the Xbox Series X's down in the South. Belk, we haven't seen any more walk-in information floating around. Target has a small chance for canceled orders to be picked up, and as well, we've still been seeing the occasional orders, as we mentioned, for the Switch OLEDs in stores for walk-ins. As well, we're also overdue for some walk-in events from bigger retailers, but as of right now, we haven't had any major confirmations from other various big locations. But that's pretty much about it. I think we covered at most places. This should, in theory, be a good week, if not a good week this week, next week. And I do appreciate all of you guys for spending your time and watching the videos themselves. You guys are all great, and hopefully you guys will get your consoles before the holiday season rush happens. If we get any more updates throughout the rest of today, we will 100% let you guys know on some individual channels. Always look for the confirm tag for confirmed videos, and as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway that's ending soon. Linktree link down below for bonus entries. Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc, digital console controller, Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. Sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stack, free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. Those are always linked down below. And I just appreciate you guys all so much for spending your time with me. And I'll see you guys all throughout this week for hopefully some really good videos, some good reactions on drops, and all that good stuff. Love you guys all so much. I'll see you guys up in the next one.